In this video, I'm going to make a downpipe for my Miata, for my turbo build. I'll show you kind of the space I'm working with as far as fitting a downpipe and where the turbo is going to be. And then I'll show you the parts I start with, and I might have to order more. I don't know, just ordered what I thought I needed. The first thing I need to do is to install my turbo manifold. I made a video of that in my last video, so check that out if you want. But I gotta install it, that way I can kind of show you the area I'm working with. This is the route I have to do for the downpipe. I have to obviously put a flange right there, go through that little hole over there. You gotta go from the turbo, obviously. I gotta come through this hole right here with a trans tunnel and this little support bar. And then I need to go to the catalytic converter. And the cat's gonna get cut and put the V-band on it. And I want to do some sort of bracket off the trans tunnel like the OEM downpipe had, to kind of just support everything. So I'm going to kind of show you my plan on how to get this downpipe to work. I'll start from the turbo and work down to the catalytic converter. So what I'm gonna start with is obviously a flange. I'm gonna drill a hole next to this hole to compensate for all this space that's not used. I don't think I can fit a 3-inch pipe in the back because you have to get an adapter that goes 3 inches and then come down. So I opted for a 2-inch for this regular hole and then a 1.5. And I'll run the piping side by side and then merge it at some point. So yeah, I have a flange, I'll cut a hole. I have 2 different size piping, one for the smaller hole, one for the bigger hole. So these will kind of run hopefully next to each other, and I'll maybe just cockeye one of the smaller one to land into the bigger one. I have this guy to go from a small pipe to the 3-inch pipe. So I have a 3-inch. Bends 245, so hopefully, you know, come from the top like that, down, and then from the bottom up, so it levels out. On the catalytic converter, I'm going to put a V-band there, and then I'll have a flex joint just to relieve any sort of pressure inside the system. And that's kind of the game plan, is to kind of go from 2 smaller pipes down to the 3-inch. I have some cones to get me there, which I got 2. I don't know why I got 2. I got 2. The first step in doing this downpipe is that I need to make this hole for the flange. So I've center marked it, and then I just need to drill it, and then I got a hole saw. That way I can run the smaller pipe in there. The hole's done. I will start mocking up pipes and cutting pipes and tack welding, and hopefully get something that will fit and work. It's what I need it to do. It's a new day for me. I will be continuing obviously to downpipe because that's what you're watching. Keep things short and simple. Pretty much need to go from this point A to that point B. And I will probably start at the top. Just a quick rough cut, can't really fit it in there. Rough cut was a success. Looks like it's gonna be the final cut. Got to do another rough cut on the other side because I'm going to connect this 2-inch to a 3-inch adapter here. So I need to cut some of it back. As soon as I get something's kind of tack welded, I'll be able to show you what's going on underneath. Couple cuts later, got to where I needed to be. I will weld this guy onto here,
and then I can finally show you underneath how this is all kind of routing up. I just don't have enough hands to hold 2 pieces of pipe and a camera and talk and whatnot. So let me tack weld this and I will show you what's going on down below. Alright, this is what I got on the bottom side. So I welded those 2 pieces together. This guy will go about there. And that cone will stick right there. And that should give me enough room to squeeze in another 3-inch pipe, an actual 3-inch pipe. Hopefully. Now showing you that, I'm going to weld the flange to this pipe, and I'm going to weld, cut and weld a 3-inch section to this side. Here it is, downpipe out from the top. I will have to obviously go from there to this catalytic converter. I'm going to put one of those expanding cones on here so it goes to 3 inches. And then a V-band. And then I'll put a flexible joint here. But I do have to wait. I have to order another like 45-degree here. Do a little pie cut so this will turn a little bit straighter here. I think the next step will be to cut this guy and get the flange welded on. That way I can connect it when I'm done doing all this over there.
So I have removed the cat. I'm going to chop the top off here, and I'm going to, right here, cut this cone to match the diameter of this pipe here on the cat. That way it'll go to 3-inch, which will allow me to put my V-band flange on it to obviously connect the V-band. For cutting, I'll probably stuff a rag in there so I don't get metal chips inside the catalytic converter, because then it's going to be garbage and have no point of having one. What else? After I cut this catalytic converter, I'm going to have to clean the crap out of this metal because it is gross. That way it will actually weld. Next is to start cutting.
Alright, so just a quick tip. If you use a hose clamp, you can make a nice even circle, and then you can mark it with a Sharpie underneath it. You can make yourself a pretty good guide on where to cut. Like so. Okay, so I got everything all cut. I'm going to go ahead and weld this guy onto here, and then weld a flange to that, and then while I'm at it, I'm going to weld a flange to this flex pipe here. so that way it's all done and I can kind of fill in the middle gap of the exhaust. Okay, got all 3 of these welds done. You can see I got better every time. So you can see that weld, not great. This is a little better. There's a chunky part there, but you know, a little better. And then I get to this guy. Pretty decent. Definitely some little, right there is probably the worst part. But I got a little better each time. Anyway, I'll take you underneath the car and then show you how these 2 will match up and kind of where I'm at. Here it is, all connected. There's the V-band. I pretty much need to get, obviously, from here to there. I have to order another pipe because I need a slight bend in here to make up for that. It's hard to tell in the camera, but this side's a little lower than this side, a little off. So I need to get a pipe and cut the angle down so I can get these 2 to match up. But then I am done with the main pipe. Next I need to do the small pipe, the 1.5 inch pipe, and I'll show you. That right here. So that 1.5 inch pipe needs to go obviously to the flange, follow as close as possible to the 2.5 pipe, and I want to weld it in where the cone is right there. 2 to 3 inch cone. So that's gonna be a tight fit. So I'm hoping I can squeeze that in and be able to install it also when I'm done. We will see if that will work out. I'm hoping to already cut the hole into the flange, so that will be bad if it won't be able to go in. So I'm going to cut the pipe obviously on this back side. Run it as close as possible here, and then I'll grab this pipe and do another cut, and I'll cut out a hole here and weld it in to hold that pipe in. That's the plan. We'll see if that works. If not, we'll have to adjust and readjust and figure it out. But I think this might be able to squeeze in there just right and get this into about this pipe here. But won't know until we do it. Fuck. Holy shit, that just happened. Yeah, I knew I shouldn't have cut it. I should have just cut it by hand. But I totally fucked up this piece, so. And it scared the shit out of me. My glove is even marked on the fucking, from the side of the blade. So, that was a close one. That could have really hurt. Super exciting. This looks like it's actually gonna work. I need to obviously cut this pipe like that. I think I can salvage that just by cutting. It's gonna have to be cut across, so that will be flush with the cone, which is awesome. The only thing is I gotta wait for the piece between here and the flex joint because I don't want to weld anything down until I know everything works together and nothing needs to be adjusted. And before I can install this piece, I'm gonna have to weld this seam and that seam before I can go ahead and finish the small pipe. So I'm gonna take a pause here and wait for that other pipe to come in. That's the end of this video. It's getting way too long. I gotta wait for parts, and I still gotta make a bracket. So thank you for watching. If you happen to like this video, please subscribe. I got some other videos up now that you can enjoy, and have a good day.